From Poland to Serbia, Lithuania to Denmark, Norway to France.
He wanted to make a good joke about Poland, but just then, Zelig interfered, and Hitler was extremely upset.
Well, as you know, last night the Russians launched a new offensive against Army Group North Ukraine in the South Poland section.
You got any suits at home, or you like coming to work dressed like you're going to invade Poland?
Used state funds intended for industrial development in Poland in an arms deal with the right-wing Ustashi in Croatia.
Elizabeth, save for Poland before!
Hitler wants Poland.
Sent by the Reich for labor from Poland, Russia.
Poland, Macedonia, Ukraine.
Poland? Oh. Do you all speak English?
My mother and father had left Poland in much worse conditions.
Oh, Sigurd tells me that you fought in Poland last year. Tell me about Poland. Your first action?
Czechoslovakia, Poland, and East Germany have mobilized their forces.
You know, I start to get the urge to conquer Poland.
Lost his parents when Poland was invaded.
If I was not born in Brooklyn, if I had been born in Poland or Berlin, I'd be a lampshade today, right?
I've never known any ambulances one. A small lake in eastern Poland.
From Poland in Darkness, directed by Agnieszka Holland.
From Poland, New Zealand, Ireland, Greece, Latvia, America.
You hear the stories about Poland.
Goes it against the main of Poland, sir, or for some frontier?
With conquest come from Poland. To the ambassadors of England gives this warlike volley.
The Solidarity shipped her out of Poland to Italy.
Piss off to Poland!
Well, that's typical Aussie, innit? Travellers.
Students.
It's Czechoslovakia, innit? Prague.
This afternoon, I witnessed an autopsy of a young woman who washed up off the Poland War.
Who's fucking ever been to Poland? It's all
The Germans have occupied Poland.
And then the next day, I gave it to this young woman who'd been in my group in Poland, who is now in New York. Look at something like that christening that my group arranged for me in the forest in Poland.
The magic of hard currency. Our boss is one of the few in Poland who has dollars.
Now, that same morning, I got a letter from a young woman who'd been in my group in Poland.
From Poland? Yes, I am.
I'm afraid, sir, all air traffic to Poland has been stopped.
It must be extremely upsetting to you what's happening in Poland.
The broadcast said that, on the whole, Western statesmen and influential propaganda centers have adopted at least a restrained attitude to events in Poland.
Poland no, Warsaw no telephone. Poland no exists.
From Poland, Eugeniusz Kudai.
Go back to Poland!
Airline tickets to Poland.
You see, he'd invited me to come to teach that summer. A week later, or 2 weeks later, he called me from... So I went to Poland, and this wonderful group of young men and women. Except that in this type of improvisation, the kind we did in Poland, the theme is oneself.
We got France, we got Poland, we got a big Swiss bank account.
By 11 o'clock, they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland. A state of war would exist between us.